100% Chelsea. Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 1. Cam, mate. Slow, but all right in the end.
All right. It was, yeah, the first 25 minutes, we didn't seem up for it. We seemed a bit behind. However, Morata just, he came through today. I mean, I've said in the last few games, I've liked his movements and he's getting involved in the play a lot more. And I think that's where his goals seem to be coming from. He's not standing there and just waiting for the ball to come to him. When he gets involved, he looks a lot better. So I was very happy with him today, but he should have got that hat-trick at the end. I mean,
it wasn't exactly wise probably trying to lob one of the tallest keepers in the league. But I mean, other than that, speaking of Morata, a point I keep when I'm asking people and I'll figure out what they think about it. Look, I am going to get slaughtered to this week. I know it's going to happen because obviously I've said over the past 2 weeks, Alvaro Morata needs to develop his game. He needs to work harder, and he has been recently. Yeah. Do you feel though, for example, some of the stat padding against smaller teams, for example, do you feel like in terms of his goal scoring prowess, he needs to be more consistent and needs to push himself a lot more?
He does. I mean, I feel like when the game's a lot tighter and he knows he needs to score, I feel like he's a bit more focused. Like today, he was way too confident at the end. Why are you trying to lob that? Go around him or just tap it in. Go on, you don't have to be so cheeky there. And you know, with Morata, I've said if he doesn't do it here, he's probably going to do it elsewhere. So when I see him and he's confident and he's getting involved with the play, that's the strike that, although he's not there yet, I'm not going to say he's there yet and hype him up like some people might. No, don't make the same mistake I've done before. Yeah, because trust me, he can go miss the next game. Yeah, but when he gets involved and he plays like he does today for the majority of the game, that is the striker that we do need up front. That is the striker we need up front because he gets involved, he's scoring the goals, and he's not just standing there just waiting for the ball. I feel like the substitutions today were perfect. To start off, the left-hand side was poor. So when those subs came on, Kovacic and Hazard, we was a lot better over there. And I wasn't very happy with Alonso today, to be completely honest, you know. I wasn't too happy.
Okay. Let me analyse that one with you.
Yeah.
So Marcos Alonso, obviously, people bang on about him being really good going forward. Yeah. And I completely understand that, because I completely agree. However, a point I really want to raise, and I love him, genuinely. Obviously he's playing against us today, but I've raised it a couple of times. I genuinely think he's superb. Yeah. Look, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, would you consider moving as we look at maybe over to the left and bringing in Wan-Bissaka, or do you think that just needs a direct replacement for Marcos Alonso?
The thing is today, Dave was poor today as well. That's the thing. So if you can't do it on the right, I'm not sure how he's going to play on the left. But I would take Wan-Bissaka. I would take him. I mean, hopefully that would. If that was too costly, I wouldn't drop £50 million on him. I wouldn't do that. If you get him for
20 years old, best tackler in Europe, not even played the whole season in the Premier League. 50 million. I know it's outrageous. Yeah, it's coming from me, and you know what I'm like. I'd pay it. I know 50 million quid is a massive fee, but January, English, potential, all that kind of stuff, returns. We spent 70 million on Kepa. It's not completely out of the question based on how the club runs itself. However, you know, 30-40 is probably the top I'd pay for Wan-Bissaka because he's a first choice, English, homegrown, quota, potential, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, you know, you're saying you don't think Dave cut the mustard today either.
No, I thought going forward today he wasn't good enough today. He did have a few wayward passes that I wasn't really happy with, and Zaha was spinning them around today, easy. I mean, although Zaha died down around half an hour in, he still spun Dave today, and I wasn't happy about that because I thought even though Zaha, we all know about Zaha, but Dave, I thought Dave would look more solid on that right hand side today. He just wasn't doing it for me. I mean, speaking of wingers as well, we need to talk about Willian today. I really wasn't happy again. I really was not happy with him.
I don't think the end product was there, but you could see the movement was.
The movement was decent, but our whole left hand side today was poor. Honestly, our whole left hand side.
No, I don't think it was poor. I just think Wan-Bissaka was really fucking good. Genuinely in that first half. As much as I love the guy.
But all I'm saying, if Barcelona are really serious about this Willian thing, then take him in January. I do still believe we still need a new right winger.
60 million quid, take that, spend it on Wilfried Zaha. That's my thoughts on it anyway.
I wouldn't.
60, 70 million, that's what you asked for, mate.
I wouldn't spend it on Zaha, to be honest. I wouldn't buy him.
What is it with people and saying you wouldn't buy Wilfried Zaha?
I just wouldn't buy him.
He plays anywhere across the front three.
I wouldn't buy him. I don't think he suits the team. And honestly, we've seen my.
Cam, stop. We're going to agree to disagree. Let's move on. Say something else about the game, please, before I lose my shit.
Kovacic was really good when he came off the bench today. I feel like he's actually, although a few weeks back we had the debate of Kovacic or Barkley, and the debate of Ruben in there as well. Kovacic starts to bring a lot more stability within the midfield, and passing wise, I thought we were poor today. Barkley lost the ball. He made a few misplaced passes here and there, and I wasn't really happy about that. So Kovacic, I like on the left hand side with Hazard when they link up. Is really strong. So when Hazard drifts in, Kovacic goes out to the left hand side, which I haven't really seen anybody speak about. But he's almost playing two positions at once when he comes on. So in my opinion, I think Kovacic, we should be looking at that at the end of the season because yeah, definitely. He's very calm. I think he's the calmest on the ball out of Barkley and Ruben. I think he's a better passer out of both of them, and he really does suit the play. And if we do keep Hazard and we have Kovacic on the left central midfield role, and when he drifts out and Hazard drifts in, I think that's needed because Barkley and Ruben, they don't really seem to do that. But I'm happy today, very happy today.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks,